No, the human body is designed to heal itself. So then the million-dollar question is, why are so many people sick? I believe that there's only one thing that has the ability to heal us, and that is the body itself. We are constantly being remade, and we're being remade according to the DNA. Did you know that our eye cells are remade every 1 to 2 days?
Traditional medicine has advanced significantly in the last few years. It was only a short time ago, in the grand scheme of things, that conditions like those seen in global pandemics were treated primarily with medicines that you can get from a convenience store. While doctors should be given their due praise, they often overlook the benefits of natural remedies. Remedies that can save you a lot of money and effort. That's where Barbara O'Neill comes in, a naturopath on a mission to enable us to take care of our bodies ourselves. She has repeatedly said that our body can heal itself, provided that we give it the right conditions to do so. What are they, and what life-saving secrets is your doctor not sharing with you? Watch this video to find out. Secret 1. The power of proper hydration.
We don't have a reserve tank on the back. The only water that goes into the body is the water that we drink.
Doctors and big pharma companies aim to treat almost any disease. However, one condition is often overlooked: dehydration. While they do tell us to wear masks or take other measures to stay safe, you hardly hear anyone tell you to drink water. Water is essential for life, and that's why scientists get excited whenever they trace water on any planet. Then why is dehydration often left unnoticed? Barbara O'Neill has touched on this subject quite often, and she has talked about what it can lead to. Even science backs up her claims that dehydration can cause dizziness, electrolyte imbalances, heat-related issues, bodily pain, and, in extreme cases, shock, coma, or even death.
Did you know that in a state of chronic dehydration, too much saliva is produced? Some people think a dry mouth is a sign of dehydration. It is, and too much saliva can be a sign of dehydration.
That's why she's constantly emphasizing drinking adequate amounts of water, so much so that it's one of her 8 laws of health. You see, throughout the day, you lose around 2.5 liters of water through sweat or urine, and you have to replace that lost water. So how do you replace that? Well, you drink 8 glasses of water throughout the day. It's important to know that you shouldn't drink it all at once, but rather in intervals. Plus, when you are having meals, either drink before or 1 hour after the meals. If you drink immediately afterward, it can dilute the acid in your stomach that is essential for digestion. And if you still feel dehydrated after all that, then try adding a little bit of Celtic salt to your water or diet. Barbara claims that the minerals in the salt will allow the water to be absorbed into the cells.
So I say to parents, make sure your children are drinking water between meals. And the best way to access that water is to have a little bit of the Celtic salt with its 82 minerals just before each glass. Start hydrating your body and see the difference. Start early. God sends the rain in gentle showers, and you need to send the water into your body in gentle showers, little by little by little, all through the day. Start early. The earlier you start, the more water you can take.
Secret 2. Healing through nutrition.
Carbs are good. No, actually they're bad. Fat is bad. Actually it's good. Do you ever think, when are they going to make up their minds?
While doctors and drug companies are busy making cures for chronic diseases, Barbara has been teaching us methods to avoid or even reverse them. The best part? It starts in our very own kitchen. According to her, good and balanced nutrition is a solid foundation for healing. After all, if God created our bodies, He has equipped them with the ability to heal themselves, and all we have to do is provide them with the right nutrients.
We have a new liver about every 6 weeks, so we're constantly being remade. I think it takes approximately 2 years. After 2 years, we have a new body.
Barbara constantly emphasizes the need for a balanced diet. According to her, you could keep your diabetes in check and even support your body's defenses against cancer if you are eating right and giving your body the right supplies. So, what do we eat and what do we avoid?
To maintain the 6.5 environment at the cellular level, we should be having 20 to 30% acid-forming foods and 70 to 80% alkaline-forming foods.
One example she gives is a plant-based diet. The primary reason is that this sort of diet is alkaline in nature, which is perfect for maintaining a pH balance in your gut. You see, the easiest way to alkalize your diet is by simply eating more vegetables and greens and nuts. And she didn't stop there. She also gave a list of things we should avoid eating. These include refined carbs, as they are bad for diabetes and may contain gluten, caffeine, sugars, and every bit of processed foods, especially genetically modified organisms or GMOs like soy.
Did you know that Vladimir Putin, the Russian's president, he's passed a law that any Russian who grows or sells genetically modified foods is to be considered a terrorist?
Not only do these foods form an acidic environment in your gut, but they can also lead to chronic diseases that can be fatal. Secret 3, the healing power of herbs.
And let's look on the other hand of Psalm 104 verse 14, that God gave the herbs for the service of man.
We know so far that Barbara is a naturopath and believes in the power of nature. She dislikes using medication for everything and instead urges people to go for natural alternatives or herbs. She claims that almost anything can be treated or cured by herbs, and that's a fair assumption if you think about the fact that most of the drugs are extracted from these plants.
The herbs come along and say, "Where would you like me? What would you like me to do?" Medicine calls it synergism, working with the needs of the body. Whereas drugs come along and say, "Get out of my way, I've got a job to do," whether you need it or not.
Plus, she's even preached about a lot of herbs that were used in the past for the treatment of diseases. Take ginger, for example, and you'll find a lot of civilizations using it to treat infections, pains, and heartburn. And the best part of this secret is that you could start it in your kitchen garden, and it all starts with something as simple as a lemon. You see, according to her, lemons are great for your liver detoxification. She further claims that if you have a healthy liver, cancer will have a hard time affecting you.
Have another bit of water, and then when you come near the kitchen, have the kettle boiled and put juice of a lemon in some water with a little bit of boiling water on top and have a warm lemon drink. Fantastic liver tonic early in the morning.
One of the herbs she talks about is aloe vera, and how it helps you from both the inside and the outside. You see, you can consume it, and it will form a protective barrier on your gut and take care of acidity and inflammatory bowel syndrome. And if you have any rashes, dryness, or an injury, you can apply it topically to promote healing. Similarly, you can also use comfrey or yarrow to speed up your recovery if you have any injuries. She claims that these herbs contain growth stimulants that allow your cells to multiply faster, which on a microscopic level means faster recovery. Secret 4. The importance of listening to your body. Barbara has said that our bodies are more than capable of healing themselves, but she highlights another point. She says that we should listen to our bodies and what they demand. But what does that mean? In simpler terms, you should do what your body needs and avoid the things it tells you that are bad for it. You see, your body sends responses so you can understand them better. These responses are called symptoms, and you should never ignore them as they could be hiding something much more sinister. These symptoms are warning signs that something needs your immediate attention, and you might be doing something wrong.
And then my body says to me, "Don't even touch the bell pepper." What happens if I touch it? Oh, it repeats on me all afternoon and my energy just goes. So I say, "I'm hearing your body and I don't eat it."
For example, you might love eating spicy food, but if your body starts feeling itchy and hot, it means that you are probably allergic to it and need to avoid it. You should always observe how your body reacts to any stimulus. If there's any sign of illness or weakness, don't take it for granted and give it proper attention. Secret 5. The role of proper breathing. Now you might be wondering, how is breathing a secret? Isn't that the very definition of being alive? Well, you see, there's something more to breathing, and that is the proper way of breathing.
And there's only one way that the oxygen should be getting into our lungs, and that is through our nose.
Most of us sleep with our mouths open or breathe through our mouths, even during the day. According to Barbara, the most common cause of this is a deviated septum, which is estimated to affect about 80% of people. But why is it such a big deal? Why is it important to breathe through our nose only? Well, for starters, the mouth is made for eating and talking, and the nose is made for breathing. Besides that, your nose plays an important role in the breathing cycle. You see, the nostrils purify the air going in and stop any dust particles and pathogens from going in. Moreover, it warms, moistens, pressurizes, and most importantly, balances the blood gases going into your lungs. But if you breathe through your mouth, you would be causing yourself more harm. Imagine if mold or some other infectious material goes into your body when you breathe through your mouth. There are no nostrils to filter the air, so there's a high chance that you'd end up sick.
And then someone might say, but I'm all blocked up. Why? Possibly because of breathing in chemicals.
And while you are busy making sure you are breathing the right way, you should improve it through exercising. Barbara says that you should strengthen your core muscles. And how can you do that? Well, you could do push-ups 5 days a week or do Pilates type exercises. Secret 6. The dangers of over-reliance on pharmaceuticals. While you could say that medicines are good for you since they treat illness right away, there are certain limitations to them as well. I mean, props to the scientists who developed these medicines. They have indeed changed the game when it comes to life expectancy, but there's something the pharma companies don't often tell you directly. Barbara also acknowledges the usefulness of these medicines, but she also says that these drugs are harmful.
Yes, in a crisis, a drug can save a life. Yes, in a crisis, I was thankful for the block on my arm that I didn't feel.
She talks about the side effects that these drugs have on your body. From overburdening your liver to causing more harm than good, these drugs should never be relied on too much. She also talks about how these medications don't help your body. According to her, they get inside your system, do their job on their own, and leave. That might be useful once or twice, but wouldn't it be better if these drugs actually helped your body get stronger? If they removed the root cause of the problem, instead of just treating the symptoms?
Not. Drugs are like robots. I must do, whether you need it or not.
That's where she advises us to use natural remedies instead. These natural or herbal treatments not only take care of the disease for you, but they also prevent it by preparing your body to be stronger against it. Did you get an arthritic foot and the doctor prescribed you strong steroids? Try a ginger poultice. Got glaucoma and the doctor says you need surgery? Try using castor oil for it. Plus, you could even take care of chronic diseases like diabetes if you introduce some lifestyle changes instead. Secret 7. The importance of rest and sleep. While most people will tell you to stay on the grind and that rest is for the weak, Barbara has the opposite view. So much so that she turned it into one of her laws of health. According to her, a stronger body needs a stronger mind. And how do you get one? By letting it rest after it has worked the entire day, of course.
And Dr. Matthew Walker shows that there are more accidents from sleep deprivation than alcohol. And that's not lessening the accidents that happen because of alcohol.
According to her, the body regenerates when you sleep. Your muscles get to rest, clear up dead cells, and replace them with stronger new cells. That's also why every bodybuilder will tell you how important it is for them to sleep on time. And that regeneration isn't limited to your physical body. It also helps you recover mentally. She claims that when you go to sleep, your body gets rid of the useless information in your short-term memory and saves the important bits in your long-term memory.
Those little surgeons that I explained before that have quite a job to do in your body and in your brain while you sleep. Let them have time to do the recovery, the regeneration and the restoration that is so vital.
Furthermore, it's not just the hours you have to put into sleep. You should also improve your sleeping quality. And how can you do that? Well, you can start by improving your sleeping environment. Open your windows for fresher air, change your bed sheets to new ones, avoid blue light before sleeping, and most importantly, avoid any stimulants before you go to sleep. Caffeine, for example, should be avoided at any cost, as it forces you to stay awake for longer and disrupts your circadian rhythm.
We've seen people set free from the addiction of tobacco. We've seen people set free. But no one suffers like the coffee drinker. That's a surprise to most, because that's the legal one.
Secret 8. The mind-body connection. It's no secret that your body is the physical representation of how you are feeling mentally. But why do doctors pay such little attention to this? I mean, take a look at anorexics or obese people. They have those dietary habits because their mind isn't in the right state. Similar is the case for addicts. These people have poor health and have a poor physical state as well. Would medication help them out? Sure. But is that the long-term solution? No. Barbara claims that if you are stressed or in an anxious state, not only will your mental health deteriorate, but your physical health will worsen as well. She says that these negative thoughts are like a breeze, and if you cling to them, your nerves grow little thorns on them that affect your body, and that's why you should let go of them instead. But if you are stuck, she's got you covered there as well. Start with the oldest trick in the book, which is exercise. You see, when you exercise, your body releases dopamine, as well as other neurotransmitters that help uplift your mood and keep you happy. Other strategies you can use, according to her, are meditation, spending some time in the sunlight, and improving the quality of life. Most importantly, she talks about the need for gratitude practice and how you should thank God for everything you have.
That God has given you a body with an inbuilt ability to heal itself. He knows what he's doing. He gave us the water. He gave us the herbs. He gave us a brain that is able to work these things out.
In the end, these simple tricks can change your life completely. All you have to do is make them a part of your life, and you are set to have a healthy mind and body. You should take charge of yourself without needing a doctor to tell you what to do and make these tiny lifestyle changes so you can have a better tomorrow. That's it for this video, folks. What do you think about these simple tricks? Will you be using them in your life? Or share your own experience with natural treatments in the comments below. And like always, subscribe for more content on health and wellness from Barbara O'Neill.